Hello everyone, it's me, Game Walkthroughs 22, back with another review, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Bandai Cinema Rise Toy Story 4 model kits of Woody and Buzz Lightyear. I know in my previous video I said I was going to be reviewing the Resource Jetpack Crash next, but I had these guys out earlier today and I was like playing with them and just like posing them and stuff, and I want to do a review on these guys because I have quite a lot of things to say about these and I want to give you guys my thoughts, and I kind of figured I might as well just review these guys while I have them out, so these guys. Oh, another thing I want to say is I'm trying something new. I'm trying to have like more of like a studio kind of setup, try to be more like professional. Actually, let me move these guys back. Let's see. Like I said, I have some stuff to talk about. Basically, all I'm doing is I have two pieces of paper. I'm using a tissue box to hold up the one piece, and I have another piece on the bottom there, to like just two pieces of paper. It's really basic, but I wanted to see it how it looks. And unfortunately, it's not really doing it for me because it's not big enough. I need to have something bigger, and also I don't like how you can see like all those figures in the background as well. I don't think that looks that great, but I'm gonna keep working on it and I'm gonna keep coming with different results, and you guys can let me know what you think in the comments down below. Without further ado, let's get into the review. So these guys were released for Toy Story 4, and they were originally, I believe, $20 to $25. I got these guys from Barnes & Noble I got Woody for $35, and I got Buzz for $40. We're going to talk about the price toward the end of the video, and I put them together, and I didn't do such a great job because I pegged out all the pieces before I read the instructions. And what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to peg out the pieces as you're building them, not before you start building them. So I made a huge mistake for that because the pieces have they have numbers and letters on them. Like one piece is like B12, another one is like B or like A12 or something, or no, like two pieces get like B12. You're supposed to like snap those together. Speaking of the instructions, I'll show you. I do have the instructions. I don't have the boxes for these anymore because I got these guys over a year ago, and I just threw them away because I didn't really have the space for them. I could have saved the boxes, but I didn't have the space, so I threw them away. But here are the instructions. If you guys are curious. It just, basically just gives you the steps on how to build these. It shows you all the pieces that they come with, and yeah, just don't do what I did, and you should be okay. You should have a fun time building these. Unfortunately, I didn't because of what I did. The figures look pretty good. They look just like they jumped out of the movie. Unfortunately, it's gonna be kind of hard for me to showcase these guys because I don't have the plate for my camera anymore to put on my tripod. I somehow lost it, and I've been trying to get another one, and I can never get the right size. So that's why my camera is just balancing on my tripod without any kind of support. So I'm trying to do this as best I can. Try to bear with me. So here is So there's a top and bottom view figures, and also the way I have them posed, they're posed right as they appear on the front of the instructions and on the front of the boxes. Well, at least they're close. Buzz is not quite accurate, but I'd say Woody's is pretty close. The only thing is Woody's eyes should be looking to the side, but I had trouble making that happen. So anyway, let's take a look at Woody first. So Woody, like I said, he looks like he jumped out of the movies. He looks pretty good. Say detail, paint job, looks pretty nice. And I don't really know what else to say about the paint job and sculpt other than I think it looks pretty superb. And I think it's a pretty clean finish. And let's take his hat off so I can show you guys the articulation. Let me zoom out a bit. So the head can go 360 degrees. You can go got a ball joint, so you can kind of like move it from side to side. You can have him go like, or like, I don't know. I just have him go crazy. And then the arms too, you can move the arms, you can bend them, and you can rotate them, and you can rotate the wrist as well. And the wrists also are on a ball joint, so you can kind of like move them around, but they will fall out if you move them too much. And the cool thing is that his arm sockets are on a ball joint, so you can kind of like move them up and down like this so you can get some good poses. And then for the legs, they go out this much. Whoops. They go out that much, and then they go back that much. So the legs are kind of limited, but you're still able to pose this guy pretty well. So you shouldn't have like too many problems like getting action poses and any other kind of poses you want. And then also the boots. Unfortunately, the boots don't twist, but there is a little bit of movement in his ankles. And also there's a swivel at the waist as well. And that is it for the articulation. And I'll show you guys the back. You can see he's got his pull string, which is pretty nice. That was a separate piece, by the way. And you'll notice that he's missing one of his spurs, and that's unfortunately because I didn't make sure I had all the pieces pegged out before I started building these guys. So unfortunately pieces are missing, which is really unfortunate. And yeah, he looks pretty good. I think they did a good job with him. And then also his hat as well. We'll talk about the hat. Actually, let's talk about the hat now. So you'll notice that the hat has a peg in it, but there's nowhere on Woody's head to peg it into place, which is really unfortunate. So what I had to do, and I got this from another YouTuber, is I put tape in his hat so that his hat will stay on his head. Because without the tape, the hat just falls right off. You can just like kind of sit it on there, but it will fall off if you just like move him around. Yep, see, it falls right off. So you have to put tape or some kind of like sticky stuff in his hat to make it stay on his head. So be warned about that. And then also you might have. Oh, jeez. See, that's why I really have to get a tripod plate, because my camera is so easy to knock off my tripod. And like I said, it's not very balanced either, just like kind of slides around. Oh, jeez. There we go. You might have noticed that with his kerchief, there's a piece that actually broke off. I actually have it right here. It's this really small red piece. This was supposed to go like this, I think. Wait, shoot, I dropped it. I think it was supposed to go like, let me see if I can get it. It's supposed to go like that, I think. But unfortunately, it snapped off when I was trying to unpeg that piece off. That's another thing is, when you guys are putting these together, make sure you're really careful when you're unpegging the pieces, because they will break if you're too forceful trying to pull them off. I recommend either doing them as gently as possible, or even use pliers or something. Use some kind of tool, because I pulled these pieces off myself just using my hands, and that was not a very good idea, because the pieces can break if you're not too careful, and you know, that sucks. And Woody, of course, he comes with some accessories, both Woody and Buzz. So I'll show you guys Woody's accessories first. So first thing he comes with, actually both him and Buzz come with this, but unfortunately I don't know where Buzz's is. Both of them come with actually a stand, so you can actually stand them up. They really don't need it. They stand pretty well without it. They have some trouble standing on the paper I'm using, but on my shelf they stand pretty well. So you can see it's clear. There's a bunch of holes, and the reason for that is you're probably wondering, like, how would you like peg him onto here? Well, they gave you a little white peg piece, and what you do is you stick this in whatever hole you want to use. I usually use the middle one, so you stick it in there, and then you're able to stick whichever figure you want on here. So like, for example, I almost forgot to mention that Woody actually came with 2 stickers for Andy and Bonnie. I used Andy because I grew up with Andy owning Woody and Buzz, so I want to use Bonnie. But you can see there's a hole in the bottom of his foot, and all you have to do is just stick them on here. It's kind of hard to do this with one hand, but I'm going to try. Just stick them on there, and you're good to go. Actually, let me show you that. Give you guys a better view. Again, I really apologize about this. I need to have a better setup and get a new tripod for my camera. That's what it looks like. I know it's kind of hard to see the stand, but because it's clear, but there you go. And zoom out. And man, camera really sucks. So there's that, and the other accessories he comes with is he comes with 2 alternate faces, which is pretty cool. It really gives some life to these model kits. So it comes with 2 different faces. As you can see, he's got his happy face on, and then he also has a scared face, which is like reminds me of the scene when I see this face. The first thing I think of is after when Woody's having that nightmare in Toy Story 2, when he thinks that Andy's gonna throw him away because he broke his arm, he ripped his arm. He's like, no! He's like, no, Andy! And then he wakes up and he's like, That's usually the scene that I first think of when I see this face. I think that's a good face. This one's one of my favorites. I never display him with this face, but I do really like that face. And there's also this more kind of like smug, smug look. I think I already mentioned that the eyes are posable. You can actually move the eyes around, which is really nice. but unfortunately, you have to be really careful because the eyes will. There's stickers you had to put on the pupils. Probably can't see it, but you had to put stickers on there, and my camera will focus. It's probably hard to see, and they're kind of a pain to line because they're so small, and if you're not careful, the stickers will peel off, and unfortunately, it doesn't look good without the stickers. So just be careful about that. Also, another thing to be careful of, I'm not going to show you guys this because it's a pain in the ass, is don't worry if when you're trying to put the eyes on, you're trying to put the eyes like on the face, don't worry if the eyes are really like moving around, because a lot of times the eyes won't stay. They'll just like move around a lot. I'll show you on the back of here. There's like this little like brown like piece. Each face comes with one of these, and you have to line up the eyes, and then for the faces that have an open mouth, I'll show you this one. Scared face. Hold on a sec. You have to be extremely careful. So you can see there was a mouthpiece I had to plug in, and it's kind of a pain to line up, but it wasn't too bad. And like I said, if the eyes move around a lot, don't worry about that, because I've had to deal with that ever since I first got these guys, and it's extremely annoying. The face that's the worst is his happy face, because I think it was at first because I had the wrong brown piece for his head on the wrong face, and unfortunately the eyes would always move around. They would never stay in place, and it was always a pain trying to get them to line up properly. They would always move around, and you can even see that I did have the stickers on Buzz's face, but unfortunately they peeled off from me moving around his eyes too much, and it looks really creepy without them, to be honest. So yeah, be careful about that, please. And then also in terms of accessories, he has interchangeable hands as well. Which I'll show you guys. He's got, well, you can see he's got 2 pointer fingers. I'm using one of them right now. Here's the other one. So he's got 2 pointer fingers. He's got, let me zoom out. He's got 2 fists, which I'm using the other one. So he's got 2 fists. He's also got 2 open hands. He comes with a lot of hands, actually. I didn't realize how many hands he came with. I think he comes with like 5 different pairs, besides his hands that his standard open hands. Let me show you these. They're kind of hard to see, but he comes with 2 open hands, and he comes with 2 thumbs up hands, which is a reference to the Toy Story treats, which is pretty cool. And he also comes with I think that is it. So yeah, it comes with two hands with a pointing finger, or 2 hands where he's pointing, 2 hands where he has fists, 2 hands that have thumbs up. They have thumbs up, and then he's got 2 open hands. So he comes with a lot of hands, And I think I've talked enough about Woody, so let's move on to Buzz now. So let's move Woody to the side, and let's talk about everybody's favorite Space Ranger. And I talked a lot about Woody. Holy crap. So with Buzz, like I said, he looks pretty good. He's pretty movie accurate. Looks like he jumped right out of the movie. Besides the fact that, unfortunately, he no longer has his stickers for his pupils. Other than that, he looks pretty good. Again, like Woody, paint job and sculpt is pretty good. One thing I forgot to mention about Woody, and actually both of these guys, is they show that you can paint these guys, because there are certain details that they don't add, like the brown rim around Woody's hat is missing, as well as the red jewel and like the gold on Woody's holster, and also one of the most important details, and I don't really care about this, is there's like red like lines on Woody's shirt, all on his shirt, on his arms, and his torso, I wasn't bothered to paint any of those because I didn't really care. And then also, I can't stop laughing at how creepy Buzz looks without the pupils in his eye, without the stickers for his pupils. And then also, you might, if you do decide to paint these, you could also paint the little white polka dots on his kerchief. But that's really about it. And then with Buzz, like I said, I didn't paint either of these guys. The only thing that you could paint is the fingertips, because he's supposed to have purple on his fingertips. And unfortunately, this model kit didn't come with those details, which is kind of unfortunate. You have to paint those on yourself, but if you want to, you can. But it is kind of a pain. I'm not really good with painting, so that's why I didn't want to do it. So, anyways, back to Buzz. So now articulation, we have, it's going to be hard to show you that his head rotates because I have his helmet on. Yes, his helmet does come off. It was two separate pieces, and unfortunately my camera doesn't want to stay up. Do this instead. So I can't really show you that his head moves because he's got his helmet on, and to be honest, I don't really want to take his helmet off because it's kind of a pain to get it on and off. For the longest time I had him displayed without his helmet because I thought he looked better that way, but now that I have his helmet on, he actually does look way better. It really completes the look. And one thing you have to be careful with, and unfortunately my backdrop fell. Like I said, I will get better at these, so just try to bear with me. Unfortunately, when I was trying to take his one half of his helmet off, one of the there's like these clear pegs, and unfortunately one of them broke. So be extremely careful with that. And so he does have head articulation. It does move. He does have the same movement as Woody's. His head can move all the way around, and it can move from side to side because it's on a ball joint. And he's got, you'll see that his arms move, and they can move all the way around. And he's got elbow articulation, and you can twist his wrists. And then also, he's got, his legs can go out this much, and they can go back, and his knees bend. Also, unlike Woody, you can get better movement in his ankles, which is pretty cool. I also want to mention that their legs also go out to the side. Whoops. Go out. Drop one of his hands. I was about to mention that their legs also go out to the side as well, but I wouldn't do this very often because they can break if you're not careful. So I don't really do it, and you will see that my one leg is extremely loose. Oh, it just fell off. And I'm going to talk about that. Unfortunately, when I was putting Buzz together, some of his pieces broke. I was able to glue them back together, but unfortunately it made him really loose in the process. So again, just be extremely careful when you're handling these guys. Please be extremely careful, because these can break if you mishandle them. Let me see his hand. It is right here. Another cool thing is, and I kind of forget that he has this feature, is that you can actually open up his wrist communicator. So let me show you that. So you can actually pop this open. And oh yeah, that's right, I didn't put the sticker on here because, let me give you a better look at that. You can see his wrist communicator opens up. Unfortunately, I didn't put the sticker on there because I thought it was too hard to put on. So he is missing some details. Oh yeah, I just realized he's missing the Lightyear, the word Lightyear on his chest, and he is also missing. He's missing the little red light bulb for his laser. My camera does not want to focus. Come on. I'll have to zoom out, unfortunately. My camera is not very good at focusing. It only focuses when it wants to. So those are pretty cool features. I really like that. And then also, unfortunately, I can't show this off because, unfortunately, I didn't put him. I had some trouble putting him together. But what you're supposed to be able to do is you're supposed to be able to push his red button, and the wings are supposed to pop out, which is really cool. Unfortunately, I can't show it off because my feature doesn't work. You can see that this wing stays up, but unfortunately this one is really loose and it doesn't want to stay out, which is really unfortunate. You can also pull these out more to make them longer, like in the movie, like more movie accurate. So it's pretty cool. You can see I had a little bit of trouble with the stickers. I'm not very good with stickers. I tried the best I could to put them on there neatly, but I did have some trouble. So just, yeah, be aware that there are a lot of stickers with these model kits. So if you don't like stickers, you're not gonna have a fun time. But I forgot to mention that his he also has a swivel at the waist as well. I forgot to mention that. Close up his wrist communicator. Another thing I want to show you guys is, unfortunately, the laser arm on my Buzz broke, and I had to fix it. Let me put his wings back. So basically what's supposed to happen with the wings is there's supposed to be like a spring. You might be able to see it. There's a spring right here. These are spring loaded, and basically when you push this button in, the wings are supposed to pop out like they do in the movie, which is pretty cool. I'm surprised that they actually incorporated that into this model kit, which is really cool if you ask me. So yeah, unfortunately his laser arm broke. When I try to move it around, it usually falls off really easily because it broke. Which you probably can't really see it, but unfortunately inside of here broke because I was being too rough when I was trying to put this together. Unfortunately, I had to fix it. I got to glue it back together, and unfortunately it's really loose, and most of the time when I try to pose him, it falls off like really easily. So again, I'm sorry I keep saying this, but be extremely careful with these, please. Just read the instructions carefully before you do anything. Make sure if you need help, if you're a kid, you need help, make sure to ask your parents. And if you're a teen or an adult struggling with these, I recommend looking up online to try to help, because sometimes the instructions are a little bit confusing, but for the most part, I think these are pretty straightforward. It's just so I apologize. I was going to work on the review, and unfortunately, the ending got cut off. I think there was like 7 more minutes, so I'm going to have to redo this. I'm going to try to make it shorter than 7 minutes. But basically, all I was saying was just be careful with these, like, read the instructions, just, if you're a kid and you need help, make sure to ask your parents, if you're a teen or adult and you have this and you're struggling, I'd recommend looking up videos on YouTube. That's what I did. That's kind of what I did after I popped out all the pieces before I was supposed to pop out the pieces as I was putting the model kits together. But yeah, so I already put these guys away, but I'm sorry, I don't feel like taking them back out. But basically, overall, I think they're good model kits. They're not perfect because, like I said, they're lacking details, which is really unfortunate. It's unfortunate you have to paint on the details that are missing. That's basically how they'll look the most movie accurate, but I couldn't be bothered to do that. And I paid $35 for Woody, and I paid $40 for Buzz. Do not pay that much. They're not worth that much. If you really want these figures, if you really want these model kits, I'll have a link in the description where you can order these. Go to Hobby Link Japan. They have them for $20 each. I'm not sure how much shipping is, but I'm assuming if you choose the cheapest shipping option, it'll probably be less than 10, I would hope. I've never ordered anything from them before. I pre-ordered the Yu-Gi-Oh! Millennium Puzzle model kit, so that's going to be coming out next month. I'm excited for that, even though I suck at model kits. And unfortunately, this one doesn't come with any instructions, so you have to just try to piece it together like Yugi would. Just try to put it together as best as you can. I know I'm probably gonna have trouble with it. I'm probably gonna have to look up videos to figure it out, but I'll see what I can do. I may live stream myself doing it. I never live streamed on my channel before, but I have live streamed on my other channel, Too Mad for Gaming, which I share with some other friends. If you haven't checked that channel out, be sure to check it out and subscribe. We do mostly gaming content, but we are trying to branch out and do some other stuff. But yeah, I may try live streaming on my channel, because I did live stream on Too Mad for Gaming, and I think it went okay. I want to get some more experience with it. But yeah, I will put a link in the description to subscribe, to go to Too Mad for Gaming and check it out. I think that's really about it. So, like I said, I do recommend these, but don't pay more than $30 for these, for both, or for each of them. I'd say if you're only gonna get one, get Buzz, because Woody's okay, but he has some issues. Buzz is more perfect than Woody. Just don't do what I did. Make sure to follow the instructions. I'm sorry I keep repeating myself, but make sure to follow the instructions, and make sure that you're putting the pieces together properly. and you should be okay. You should have a fun time with these. So now, unfortunately, because Buzz is broken, I'm going to order another one from Hobby Link Japan, and I should be better the second time around. I shouldn't have any trouble because I know what not to do this time. And I'm probably going to order another Woody as well, but I want to get Buzz first. I may not order Woody for a while, but I really want to get Buzz like as soon as possible. So yeah, that's really about it. I think I've said enough. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to like, comment, most importantly subscribe, and stay tuned for my next review, which is going to be the Eurosaurus Jetpack Crash. So I will see you guys then. Peace out, guys. Thanks for watching.